Hi, everybody. Welcome to Petra's Happy Place. It feels like it's been forever since I've done a live stream, and I wanted to catch up with you guys and just talk for a little bit. Um, I hope that my sound is coming across okay because my microphone is kind of like up on top of the computer, which is sitting up on top of something so that you can see me. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining me today and, and, and sharing a little bit of your day with me. I know for a lot of people, they're going to be very busy today. Um, it being Super Bowl Sunday and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, let me know what you're working on. You're you're hiding and working. It's so good to see you too. Um, I am going to be working on my I'm going to work on my blanket here while we talk. Um, it's this Bronte Ripple on Ravelry, and I think it's a free pattern. I'm pretty sure it is a free pattern, but I wanted to finish up this color and get going on the next color and all that kind of good stuff. It has been a minute. Yes, it has. Okay. Here I got to count. Hold on a minute. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Knitting machine, hat, and then I'm going to switch to a shawl. Oh, on your knitting machine? You're going to make a shawl on your knitting machine? That's one thing I have not broken down to get. I am not sure I want to do that. Well, hello, Elmarie, my sweet friend in another country. What time is it in your neck of the woods? And they're in South Africa, right? It's wonderful to see you too. I got to get back in the swing of this. I haven't done this in a while. Let's see here. 2, 3. Okay. There we go. You're going to crochet this shawl? Gotcha. Yeah, I have so much yarn I could use. If I had a knitting machine, I'd sit down and crank out a ton of hats with all my leftovers. But it's all right. 7 p.m., almost bedtime. Yeah, the older I get, the more sleep I need. I don't know what it is. I know a lot of very elderly, it seems that they don't need a whole lot of sleep. They don't sleep very much, or they sleep a lot during the day, but I gotta sleep. In fact, I think I might take a nap today. Just talking about sleeping makes me tired. Oh, what's everybody been up to? I have been watching Jill. They're going to be donated. Yes, that's to help with the homeless. Yay! I have my contacts in. I might have to go get my readers. I'm going to try not to. I think I can read it okay. Yeah, I want to donate hats to the veterans. It was very interesting. I had a somebody remind me about 10 minutes from now or 15, when people start filing in, I want to share with you something that I found out about the vets in our area. Very interesting. I also thought, well, anyway, I started to say I've been watching Jill from Fiber Floozy, and she's been talking a little bit about, her past and her time in Germany, and how she met Mr. Fiber. And I thought I'd kind of like to do the same thing today if you guys are interested in that. So, but I'm going to wait for a little bit because this was kind of like, well, hi, Deb. Did you go to church this morning? I would love for you to pop up with me if you want. But anyway, I thought I would share just a little bit about, what's kind of been going on with me and some of my past, if anybody's interested. But like I said, I'm going to wait for, okay, I gotcha. Still feeling under the weather. I was just saying, Jill, I was talking about watching Jill from Fiber Floozy. She's been not feeling well either lately. She's been having a sinus infection, and it's just been dragging. Been busy with kids and school stuff. I did not have a lot of crochet time lately. I want to finish a blanket soon since our winter's around the corner. Right, yes. Hi, Donine. How are you, sweetheart? What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? So I am just working, like I said, I'm working on this ripple blanket here. I haven't worked on it in a little while, a couple weeks, I guess. So that's what I was saying. I have to watch my count here and make sure I get the correct stitches. Since it's not, it's just one stitch, but where you place them. Anyway. So have you guys watched my video on how many chains did I chain in 1 minute? Oh, that was funny. Yeah, Mr. Happy he said, well, afterwards he said, really, I gave you an extra half a second because I was like, what? It's nice today, minus, is that a 3 or an 8 or a 6? I can't tell. Feels like minus 14. What is that in our, is that like, I don't know what that is in American terms. Does anybody know? I don't even know how to, figure that out. Anywho, I was going to work on my my temperature square for the month of February. Have not even started the month of February yet. Not very happy with myself on that. Yeah, stay in bed kind of weather. Right, El Marie? Absolutely. I've got plans for tomorrow. I've got plans. So 12. So that's like 8 plus 32, or yeah, plus 32, 48. It's cool. Cool. Oh, thanks, Deneen. 68. Yeah, stay in bed weather, that's for sure. So my plan is I'm going to the yarn store tomorrow. You guys remember me going to that House of Yarn down in Nashville? Yep, I'm going to be going there. Sarah May! Hi, girl. How are you? Oh, 6.8. See, I should have put my glasses on. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm going to be going down to yeah, that's very cold, Deneen. You can keep it. But even if it was in my area, I would just stay in bed. Can you guys hear me okay? I was worried that you might not hear me because my computer is up higher and my mouth is kind of like underneath the. I know it's been a long time, Sarah May. So I get to go yarn shopping. I'm so excited. I know, I do too, Sarah May. Keep your eye out because I am seriously thinking about, well, first I plan on doing the yarn crawl in August there in southern Indiana. I don't know how many, if it's even going to take place, I don't know, but I would like to do that. I'm excited about it, about going down tomorrow. I want to this afternoon. I'm going to spend some time going through my stash and working on. I've already pulled out yarns that I know I'm not going to use ever, or that I've just like lost interest in using. And I know I've got more over there that I don't know as if I'm going to use. But I also have some yarns that that I want to use, but it's like, do you know there's high-end yarn store in Jeffersonville, Indiana? I did not know that. I did not know that. I'll have to look that up. Yeah. But I have a yarn that I bought from Germany years ago, probably like 11 years. Thank you, Sarah May. About 11 years ago, when I was in Germany, I bought some yarn and I was planning on making something for myself to like remember that time. Well, it's like a very, very fuzzy wool. Like I don't know if it has another. I should get it. I'll get it in a minute. But I want to be able to put something with it. You know what I'm saying? I want to crochet something. I don't want it to be by itself because it is a fuzzy yarn and I have a feeling it's going to be like itchy. Diane, hi. How are you? Hi, Julie. Okay. You know what? I have got my notepad here and a pen here. I'm going to write it down. Yarnworks in Jeffersonville. I was just saying that I'm going to be going down to a yarn store in Nashville tomorrow. So excited. And I want to be very purposeful. Nicole! I'm so excited to see you here. I haven't talked to you in for ages. I love you, girl. I want to be very purposeful in what. Thank you for everybody about my hair. I want to get something that I can crochet with that yarn, so I'm gonna have to take it with me to pair it with a good color. And then I've got some other yarns that I want to see if I can find. Like, I have a lot of fingering weight yarn that I want to pair up with another yarn. And I'm hoping, oops, see, I'm not paying attention. I don't think I can crochet and I talk at the same time. Oh, yum, Sarah Mae, what you making? Mr. Happy and I just had some hummus and some pita bread. We like to cut up the rounds and what? My hair, my heart. I never think I have an accent, Julie. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, I want to take some of my yarn with me so I'll know what I'm looking for. And I have some Malabrigo yarn that I bought down there. And I bought, okay, so the very first time I went there, I bought a hank of Malabrigo. Then the next time I went down, I was thinking to myself, I need to buy a second hank of the same thing. So I bought a second one, right? And it's like, I brought it home and it was not the same color. I mean, it was the same yarn, the same colorway, but it must have been different dye lots. Then I had, I called them and I said, okay, here's what happened. And I took pictures and I emailed it to them. And and I said, can you please send me another skein? I want to buy another skein. Can you make it this color? Oh, my word. Yeah, I got it, and it wasn't the same as either one of those. So I might have to take all three of them with me and see if I can't find another one. I mean, they're close enough. Well, the one is like really not. I should pick them out and find them. Doggone it. I don't want to do that. Hi, Kathy. I'm going to finish this row and then we'll talk. Ooh. Hi, Ruby. How are you? All right. See, now I've already forgotten what I wanted to talk to you guys about. It makes something with an ombre effect. Well, that is something I was thinking of, or even, like alternating, like somehow like alternating rows, I don't know. I don't know if it'll look right. So I'm just going to have to think about it. I even, what I even had them do? I had them send me a solid that would go with that yarn that they sent me. and would you know, of course it it didn't really go with it. Oh, so I'll have to pull those out, I think. But I have this much more I want to finish this row. We want to talk about how you and your, yes, I do want to talk about that. Yes. So that's a good story, but I need to, let me finish this. So Veronica, right? I want you to remind me again here as soon as I get done with this row, because I can't concentrate on what I'm doing. Definitely take them with, yeah, I know, definitely. So I'll have a bag of yarns with me, and I'm going to get there. I'm going to go, why would I need more yarn? I got all this yarn already. Nope. Has anybody watched my video when I went through my UFO, all my Area 51? That was a fun little video I made. So, yeah, I'll pull out those. Let me see. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I'll pull those out. I've already caked them up. What'd you think of it? What'd you think of it, Sarah May? If you've seen it, I haven't, looked at any comments or anything. I'd really like to know what you guys thought of it. Did you know Tracy from Crochet Rocks shouted me out? I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she shouted me out. Thank you for watching it, everybody. I was like, and she was going, well, I don't know how she doesn't have any more subscribers than that. I was like, that was so sweet of her. So sweet. I know. And it's kind of like, I get kind of excited when somebody says the name of my channel or shouts me out like that. I'm trying not to, I've been trying not to, like, I don't want to be prideful. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, get all puffed up. It's just really neat because I was with Tracy from the beginning too. I mean, I remember when she was sitting on her floor in her bedroom and was talking about keto. I mean, that was when she very first started. But Granny D is the one that said, Denny, hi, honey. I know. It's like so cool. It's so cool. And then you just realize, you know what? They're just people just like me, right? I enjoy it. I like the idea of putting my whip in. Yeah, that's a great idea. It keeps them together. And I love putting them in bags. But for me, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. I don't know that I don't remember having it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put this away for now. And I'm going to pop over here for just a second and grab these yarns because I want to show you these yarns. I know. She's a superstar. I'll be right back. I can hear you, or I can talk. let's see here. There was a purple. Where's that purple? I can't see the purple now. Okay. So now I don't know if the color's really going to show up real well, but I think, let's see here. Okay, so I think this is the first one I got. Okay, that's the first Malabrigo that I got. And I love the colors in there. They're just so warm and autumnal, but they're, you know, now that I'm looking at it now, I probably wouldn't wear this because they're too brownish color. They have too much of a yellow base to them, but I love that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So, boyfriend saw a video where the person had 17 whips. You don't have room for more than a dozen. Well, I have room. I just don't want to use it. Okay, so I got this. And, of course, I've got the thing, Malabrigo, you know, Arroyo. This is the colorway Piedras. Where did it go? Wait a minute. Where's the colorway? There. Piedras. And so I got it. Okay. There's the little taggy thing that came on it. So I went back. I know. But you know what I found out, Julie? That if you have a color, say you have a variegated and you want to bring out the purple in that variegation, you should not use purple, because what happens is that all the other colors in here would be prominent and not the purple. So, like, for instance, if I wanted to bring out the purple in this, I would probably find like a there's not a lot of blue in there. Probably like a green, like one of the green colors in there. And see if you put green next to it. Let's do an experiment. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to experiment. Where's some other colors? Well, yeah, because I don't have a whole lot of colors that are in here. Let's try I'm still here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. We'll try some experimenting here. Those, I know they are, Deb. I know they are. Okay, so here's the yarn. I'm going to show it to you like this. Here's the yarn. If I put purple with it, look how brown that becomes. You can see a lot of the oranges. But if I put a green with it, you can start seeing the purple popping out. Here's a different color green. And I think it needs a brighter color. Here, let's do like this. So which one of those colors, this more muted or the bright green, which goes better? Yeah, so anywho, so this is what I got. Went back. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so I went back and I don't even have the little thing in here. But then this is the color I got. Look at that. Okay, you see that? And when I looked at it, I thought, that's the same. That's the same thing. But watch, this is my original one. They're not even the same colors. This has way more orange and rust and greens. In fact, I barely see purple in there. Barely. Is that the craziest thing? Yeah, she does like, yeah, Crystal from Bag of Day would love that one, wouldn't she? But, I mean, you can barely see a purple right here. I just think, I mean, the difference, right? The difference. So, that's when I called down there and I said, can you please find me another hank of it so that I will have, I mean, see, even putting those two together, like rose, it would not even go. I mean, that is just too much. This is just too orange. So, yeah. So that's when I called down and I said, would you please, send me another one. So I said, make sure it has more of the purple base like the one I got. So she found one, and then this one I like the most. But there's that one. And you see a lot of purple in that one. Okay? But it's not the same. This one is brighter. It has more, the colors are more vivid than this one. So seriously, now these two I could, do like a, to blend the colors a little bit better. I could, put those two together, but, like one row of this, one row of this. But then when you see all three of them together, I mean, you really see a difference. So I'm going to be taking these with me. Yeah, I think with this one, I might do like, because it has like 400 and some odd, yards to it. What I think I might do with this one is find a color. Hi, Crafty. How are you? I might pair it with another fingering or a sport weight yarn and make something with this. Maybe a small shawl. Used to like all the together. Yeah, but if you're making like a wearable, like if you were going to be making a sweater, Always good to see you too, Julie. I hope you have a wonderful day, sweetie. Thank you. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do with that. Now this one, ooh, look at this though. Now that would look amazing. That I like. I like that a lot. Yes, I do like that because it really looks good with those colors. And I have a good amount of this Vitalana here, but it's an Aran weight, so it's going to be really thick. It's not going very well at all, Diane. No. Yeah. So, okay. So let me go back to the other one that I was needing to find something to go with it. Okay. Put these away here. It's this yarn, and right, it works, doesn't it? So this is yarn. I've got 5 skeins of this yarn that I bought when I was in Germany. It is Belle Day Home, 100 grams of, it says, oh, okay, that's what it is. It's 80. Oh, I thought it had more wool in it. Okay. It has 80% acrylic and 20% mohair. And it's this beautiful, like a magenta color. Magenta. It's showing up more purple than it really is. It's has a little bit more pink to it. And it's going to be about a 3 weight. The label doesn't say anything about that, but it looks about a 3 weight, and there's 100 grams, and it doesn't even give how many yards or how many meters it is. Oh, yes, it does. Wait a minute. I can't read it without my glasses. It looks like 395 meters. So a little over 400 yards. And I have 5 of them. So that will make a nice project. But I'm going to have to pair it with something, because that mohair it's not soft. It's pretty scratchy. Machine wash cold, lay flat to dry. See, I thought it was wool, but it's not. So anyway, that's the other thing I've got to take with me tomorrow, to find some kind of, probably if I could find a nice Malabrigo to go with that would go good, wouldn't it? So what's everybody up to today? Let me talk about the house hunting, Diane, since you asked. It's not going very well. The market, although it's getting a little bit better, yay, Super Bowl, yay. The market's getting a little bit better. However, there's just a lot going on as far as like where my mind's at right now. And it's just, I don't know how to put it. I'm in a state of mind right now where I'm not even sure I want to stay here. It's a lot of I'm going to a grief counselor, and a lot of things are becoming more what's the word? Evident. They're yeah, it's overwhelming. Yeah. I the only reason as far as my parents go, is that the grave site is here. And so, moving away, that would make it more difficult to go to the grave site. That being said, I've only gone once. Thank you, Sarah May. I've only gone once, when they had my mom's, how it is in the veteran cemetery. You don't have to, but most veterans want to be buried with their spouses. So what they do is they bury the veteran or whoever it is that dies first. They bury them like really low, like 12 feet. No, is it 12 feet? Anyway, it's low. And then what they do is they put, like the veteran's information is facing the grave, but the spouse of the veteran, their information is on the back side of the headstone. So what they did was, my dad's has been there for 5 years. And so what they did was, they had to make a whole new headstone. So, because mom's stuff had to be put on it. And so, as soon as it got up, I was able to, I actually see what the headstone looked like. So, and that's the only time I've been there, since mom died. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? So, other than that, it's not like I've put down roots or hi, Karen, or, we bought a house and we have to try to sell it or anything. Not like I have a job that I can't leave, or, but the Hoosier Hills Fiber Festival. Oh, where is that going to be? Franklin, Indiana? Oh, where's my pen? Okay. I don't know where Franklin, Indiana is, but I will look it up. Hoosier Hills Fiber. Hoosier Hills Fiber Festival. Thank you, Sarah May. June 2nd. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go because I got to work. But 9 to 4. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to go there, but yeah, I went to the Southern Indiana Fiber Festival. I went to that one, which was in October, I think. Was it October? I think it was in October. So anyway, I will have to look it up. So who wants to hear about how I met Mr. Happy? I was watching Jill from Fiber Floozy, And I tell you what, she and I probably could sit there and talk for hours, for hours. So very similar. Well, no, not very, but we have some similar things. So I had been married for 23 years. Well, I guess at that point it was 22 years. And my then husband made some comments indicating that he was done with the marriage. I was never on my own. So I went from living with mom and dad to being married. I never lived alone. I never had my own place. And so all I knew was being married as an adult. That's all I knew. And we grew up together. We learned about each other. He was 19 and we got married on my birthday, which was the 22nd. Do I not know? It was my 22nd birthday. That's what I was going to say. But it was the 12th. And so I did not want this to happen. I did not want the divorce. I felt like we'd been married for so long, I wouldn't know how to survive without him. But the more time passed, I realized that it was an awful, awful situation. And I won't go into all the details. But two main things have to be said. Hi, Carolyn. Is it still morning in your neck of the woods? But two main things happened. Two main things I realized. Number one, he was very calculated. And he ended up turning all three of my children against me. And when I say turning against me, it was not just they believed lies about me. He made it to sound like I was the devil. And so now that I said that, you guys can kind of understand that he was a narcissist. I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't even know the word. I mean, I knew the word, but I never thought that I would be calling him that. At the time, Sarah Mae, my oldest was 20. My son was 19. Oh, no, that's not right. Let's see here. 11. My youngest was 11 or 12. And her brother is 6 months, 6 years, 7. Oh my gosh, my mind. I can't even. Okay, he's about 8 years older than her, and my oldest was 9 years. So anyway, there were 12, 18, and 20, somewhere around there. Yeah. So the older two, they were adults already. And okay, so I don't want to go into all the details about that. That's a whole nother story. But I I didn't know how to be alone. Like I said, I'd never lived on my own. I didn't know the first thing about anything. The only thing I knew was what I was allowed to hear. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, I mean, I was there. I did pay bills, but it was very tough, even just to think about how here. I mean, I was married longer than I was single by that time. So I had been married to him for half my life. And it was just very tough, very, very tough. And I didn't want to be by myself. And I found myself throwing myself into relationship after relationship, even if it was just like online. You know what I'm saying? I did go to the Christian Mingle site, and I signed up, and then I also went on anyway, a lot of relationships where I was emotionally invested. And after a while, it was like one thing after another, and I thought I was in a good relationship with so and so, and then that failed, and then a lot of messy stuff. I found myself engaged, and through the next 5 or 6 months of being engaged, I found out that this man was he had been lying to me, and not that he was seeing anybody else. It was just that he was lying about a lot of stuff. And I figured, you know what? If he's going to lie this much to me before, I don't even want to know how often he's going to lie to me after. So that was when I got back online, and I reinstated my membership, or whatever you want to call it. And I put my stuff out there, and one of the very first persons to comment was Mr. Happy. And it was very, Sandy, hi, honey. Yeah, you did. Talking about how I met Mr. Happy. And so he responded, and one of the things that caught me was his sense of humor. And he was just funny without trying to be that way. And I found out later, obviously, that it was one of those things where his personality is very dry, and I don't know if this is the right word, sardonic. I don't know, but it was very dry. And so he would say something, and I would laugh, and he would be like, oh, that was funny. He didn't realize this is just his personality. This is just who he is, and he still is this way. So anyway, we started talking on the phone, and things just got a little bit, I don't know. We were friends. You know what I mean? We were friends. We talked about our days. We talked about our plans. We talked about our families. We talked about our past a little bit. And where I was not in the same state as he was. And it turned out to be okay. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I was working at a job and I became very depressed. And I don't know if it was the job or the situation I found myself in or the divorce or whatever it was. Um, I was very depressed. And in fact, my sister in law, who's a nurse, um, expressed to me that if I didn't get help and soon, that I was going to go into a clinical depression. And I had been seeing a counselor this entire time, and I guess it just wasn't clicking. I don't know. Um, so we just kept talking. Mr. Happy and I just kept talking, and we were just enjoying each other's company. But it was like the bright side of my day, and it got to a point where I needed something. I needed to do something. I didn't know what it was, but I needed to do something. So my counselor told me one week, she said, I want you to make a list of all of your roles in life. And I want you to just write some things out, and I want you to figure out what it is that you want to do. And so that's what I did. I don't know if you guys are even listening to this because I don't see any comments, but I'll just keep going. I don't know what it was, but I was on my way back to see her the following week, and I don't know what it was. It just hit me. I got out my notebook. I was in her driveway, ready to talk to her, and thank you. Thank you guys. So I was in her driveway, and I was about a couple minutes early. And so I got out my notebook and I just started writing everything that I wanted to do. And on the very first one, or I should say, one of the very first ones on the list was that I wanted to travel. I wanted to go to Europe. I wanted to go visit my family in Germany, and I wanted to go to Italy. And so, I mean, it was just like, whoa, all out on this paper. And I had it in my head. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to go to Germany. I was going to quit my job and go to Germany. Then I was going to move back south to be with my mom and dad. I mean, everything was just so clear at that moment. And I went in to to my workplace. And now where I was working, I was at a call center. I hated the job. But I went into the call center, and when I was working there were days where I would have to leave, and they were just getting tired of me leaving, but I would have to go and sit out somewhere, talk to a counselor there at work, or talk to human resources or somebody, because I was living on fumes. Like I said, I was in a depressed state, and it was just a bad situation. Anyway, so I take my list. I go into my counselor's house, because we were meeting at her house at that point. She had in her office, and I had the biggest smile on my face, and she goes, "You've got something to talk about today." And I said, "Yes, I do." And I told her, I said, I want to do this, 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 this. And she just sat there and she went, well, that's awesome. And I had never had anybody tell me that my ideas were good before. So she said, you're really ready to quit your job? And I said, yes. So she said, she went over here. She said, here's my phone. You want to call now? And it's like, not yet. Hi, Passion for Yarn. I said, no, I'm going to talk. I want to tell them in person. And I'm going to be, this was earlier in the day, and I was going to go to work that following afternoon. And so, or maybe it was the next day. I'll just say it was the next day. And she said, well, are you really going to do this? And I said, yeah. And so she talked to me, you know, just making sure I understood the consequences of all the stuff that I was working on, or wanted to do rather. So the next morning I got up, put on one of my favorite outfits. I can't remember what it was, but I was put on my favorite outfit. I marched into work that morning. Now, my shift wouldn't have started until much later, but I marched into the office and I said, I need to talk to you, human resources. And I explained, I said, look, I said, I'm not well. I said, I've been told, one of the other things I forgot to tell you during this whole depressive state is that my uncle is a doctor, or he was at the time. Hi, Laura Lee. And he even, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I asked him for some sleeping pills because I couldn't sleep, and he refused to give them to me. He says, I really want to help you, but I can't, because I don't know that you're not going to take the whole bottle. That's how bad I was, that my own uncle didn't trust me. Okay. Not that, I mean, he trusts me, but he did not want to be a party to if something happened to me. Okay. So now I quit my job, told him, I said, I'm not coming in today. Sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't give 2 weeks notice, but I'm done. And I walked out of the office and I called a friend. Hi, Carsey. I'm talking about how I met Mr. Happy. Okay. So I called my friend and shared with him, no, this is not Mr. Happy, shared with him what I just did. And I knew that he was planning a trip to Germany. And I said, I'm going to Germany. And he goes, what? I said, yep. He said, well, have you got your passport and all this stuff? I said, nope, going to do that now. So I headed over to the bank first. Okay. I go into the bank and I asked them, I said, I don't know about getting a credit card. Can I get a credit card? How much can I get? And they told me this huge amount. I went, you're kidding. And I just went, that could pay for my trip. And so she started me on the paperwork right then and there. I filled it all out. She filled everything because I was a customer of that bank. Went in, signed up, and I had a card sent to me 3 days later. So then my next step was to go over to AAA. I went over to AAA and I said, I want to go to Germany and I want to go to Italy. What do I need to do? And so This gal, she sat with me. I got my picture taken for the passport. She said, we'll even put a rush on it because usually it takes like 8 weeks. And this one would take like 3 or something like that. It would just, everything worked perfectly. I bought my tickets. I had my itinerary and everything. Got it all done, all in the same day. And so I went back to my apartment and I called Mr. Happy. And I said, I did something. Oh, actually, I think I called my parents first to tell them because I had wanted to discuss the fact that as soon as I got back, I wanted to move back home. And so when I called Mr. Happy, he was like, okay. He did not know what to do with this information. He didn't know if it was my way of saying, yeah, I've got my life together. I don't need you. Or he didn't know what to think. So it was a very interesting time. He thought especially when I told him that I was going to be moving back to Kentucky, he thought for sure that I was a scammer. And I had been scammed when I first got on Christian Mingle. I was scammed. It was bad. So I kind of knew that feeling, right? So I said, no, I can understand where you're coming from, but it's not a scam. And so I said, before I leave for Germany, I want to meet you. And he was a little bit leery at first. And he said, okay. He said, all right. So we set up a time and place where we were going to meet. And it was like, oh, I mean, it was like you were meeting your best friend. Okay. And for the first time, I mean, because that's basically what it was. We had talked almost every single day. And hi, Linda. Love and hugs to you too. So it was just a very, it wasn't like, oh, butterflies in my stomach. I know this is the one. It was more like, for me anyway, it was more like, wow, I get to meet my best friend, in person. And it was just it was just really neat. And so I explained everything to him more in detail, and it was just a nice little visit. And I told him, I said, when I'm over there, I want to communicate with you. Is that okay? And he said, yeah. I said, can't call, but I texted. We got on Messenger, Facebook Messenger. I think it was Messenger at the time, and we every single day. And it was interesting because of the time change. I would have to catch him before he went to work, and he went to work early. And so when I would call him, it would be like 4 o'clock, or not call him, but when I would message him, it would be like 4 o'clock in the morning in the States here. And so I have to make sure it was around 11 or 12 o'clock that I had access to a computer. But he was with me in spirit. Okay, Linda, thank you so much. I understand. This has been a very tough day. And I want to hear from you because I love you and I know what you're going through, sweetie. I do. So anyway, I got home and the week that I got home, I think it was like a Wednesday, I had already started packing my stuff, and I was having when I got home, I had it all planned out that I was going to be packing the rest of my stuff up in my apartment, but I would get back from my trip, and on that day, it was, like I said, I think it was a Wednesday, so I had to catch up on my laundry and sleep. And my dad had scheduled the movers to come on that Saturday. So I had 2 days to have everything ready to go. And my dad, like the movers were going to be there. And I was so excited because we had, Mr. Happy and I had kind of like, thought, we never mentioned it to each other. You know what I'm saying? We never like talked about it, but we'd both been thinking the same thing, that maybe he was going to come up and meet me, and surprise me when I got home. But he decided against it, and it all worked out fine. But it was, the movers couldn't come on that day. So I had one more week. And my dad, bless his heart, he was my hero through all this, because the whole time I was in Germany and all that stuff that was going on, he had contacted movers, gave him, name, already paid for everything for me to move back down to Kentucky. He found me an apartment. He's a trailer. This is where I am now. Found me the trailer, paid for all the deposits, had everything up and running by the time I got back. And so it was just a matter of having the movers bring my stuff down and unload it. And they did it all in one day. It's about a 6, was it how long of a drive was it? Now I can't even remember. Maybe 7 hours. Hi, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. I said earlier, it was so nice of her to shout me out. That's so nice. So, yeah, they came down, and my dad met me here, and I had the movers move all my stuff in one day. And the next day, I met Mr. Happy again. He wasn't Mr. Happy at the time, but and yeah, and he lived at the time. He lived about 45 minutes away from me, but we tried to communicate every single day. Every once in a while, I would go up to spend an afternoon with him, and sometimes he would come down and spend an afternoon with me. It was very difficult because at the time he was working full time, so he couldn't, he had to go to work, so he had to get some sleep. But yeah, it was a nice time. Now, because of all the time, hi, Angela. How are you? Thank you so much for having me play in the background. I appreciate it. It was my relationship with Mr. Happy is so different than my first husband. Mr. Happy and I are we're best friends. Hi, Adia Yarn Arts. How are you? And so, what was I saying? Yeah, we're best friends, but we're on the same. I don't know how to put this. We both have our own minds. We speak our minds. We're both very stubborn, and and we still, after 8 years, we're still trying to get our footing. But thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. It's just, oh, of course we got problems. Yeah, I mean, and I tell people all the time, it's being married is hard for anybody, but after divorce or being widowed or whatever it is, and then trying to marry again, it's even harder because you really, really have to work hard, because you can't compare. You see what I'm saying? You should not compare old to new. And it's inevitable, right? But yeah, but we're good. We're really good. That is how I met Mr. Happy. So I met him online, like, I guess it was about a year after my divorce, and we've been ever since then. We've been together. Yep. We had a really bad. I did something very bad. Don't need to go into that, but it caused a lot of problems, where I actually broke up with him, but I did see the error of my ways. I came back. Hi, K and K. Hi, Dee. All right. I hope you have a great day yourself, Dee. Well, anybody who has anybody who has ever dealt with a narcissist understands. It's very hard to understand that if you've never dealt with somebody like that. Yes, right, Sandy. Yes. And Laura Lee, you got that right. Yes, it is a journey, not a destination. Yeah. Yep. I look forward to sitting on the front porch with him one day, just looking out at the night sky, gumming, flapping our lips over gums because you don't have any teeth left. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, one day. So that's that story. That is that story. Oh, Elle Marie, no way. Oh no. Well, I guess you could say I haven't really survived two, because my son has taken after his father, and he very much is. But I never lived with them during that time. So, and just as a footnote, none of my children speak to me. You're welcome, Carolyn. My oldest daughter, I've seen her. She came to see my mom several times when she was in the nursing home and she came to the funeral, but she doesn't speak to me. She turns her nose up at me. And my son has at least three children that I have not met, and he has said that I will never meet them. So anyway, my oldest daughter is having her first child sometime, I don't know, next month, this month, next month, I don't know. I don't even know how far along she is. And my youngest, she lives right across the way from her father. And it's, you know what? It is what it is. And I'm not gonna, a lot of people, you know, they're sad for me, and I can appreciate that, but I did the best I could as a mother, and, you know, I have to stand before God one day and give an account of how I was. And that's that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Adia. Mm-hmm. Yes, very much so. It is very sad. Mm-hmm. No, I know. I know. They believe a lie. And you know, Sandy, interestingly enough, I think my oldest one, Mr. Happy and I have talked about this before. And I think the oldest one, she knows the truth. I think she really, truly knows the truth, but her pride is more important, and her being right is more important than mending. Yep. Thank you, Karen. So, enough sad news or sad stories. Mr. Happy and I are happy. We're happy. Yeah, we're gonna if you weren't here when I was talking about it earlier, we're gonna go down to the yarn store tomorrow. And I'm so excited. That's right, Sarah May. Absolutely. Yeah, I am so excited about going to the yarn store. I've been on their website, and I'm very happy that I can see some of the yarn. But of course, I know that they're having a sale. But you know, a lot of the stuff that they have on sale. Sarah May, you know what? I did a video a couple years ago when I went there, and I got dinged because I didn't realize that all the music that they had playing overhead was, you know, on video, and that I was going to be copyright infringement. So, so yeah, like I said, I did take it. I don't know if I took it down, but I can't film in there because because of the music. And it's, even if I talk above it, like I did, I was talking above it, but you still heard it in the background. So I can't. I think they do that on purpose. Well, Ruby, I would like to think that. But I think it's probably the opposite of that. They think we are, how do I put this? dung. I don't know how to do that, Sandy. I don't know how to do it. I wish I did. Sharon, thank you for listening while you're working. Yeah, a yarn over. That's funny, Adia. That's funny. Do a yarn over. Sharon, are you in the UK? I don't use an editing program. Hi, Dolly Face Camille. Hi, sweetheart. So yeah, I mean, I would love, oh, you're near Tracy. That's cool. I would love, well, no, I don't want to say I would love to edit, but because it just takes too much time. You know, that video I posted this morning, or actually it was late last night, on going through my Area 51, it took probably, and it wasn't even 30 minutes. It was, it took about, I want to say about 6 hours to upload. I mean, I had to actually plug in my phone to make sure it didn't die. And see, KineMaster, I believe, is only for your phone, if I'm not mistaken. And because I don't know why it takes so long to do that on my phone. I just am very wary about doing any filming on my phone anymore. Okay, thank you so much, Camille. Sweet, sweet lady. Oh, do you? Yeah, I don't know the first thing about editing. Nothing. So I just like put it on, and sometimes if I'm just filming, if I have to do something, I'll pause it and come back to it. Yeah, mine too, KK. Mine too. Okay, Hadia, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go too. It's been about an hour and a half, and I really would like to go do something. I've got to tell you the truth. I've got some projects that I need to do, and I just don't. I'm not feeling it. So I don't know. Don't know what to do about that. Thank you guys so much for sharing part of your day with me. I really appreciate it. I don't know. I want to watch the Super Bowl only just to see. It was the only time I ever watch sports anymore. Watching your got Granny's. I had to finish last year's cake cards. Nice, Sarah May. Nice. Jill, you're going to have to watch the replay, girlfriend, because I just talked about how I met Mr. Happy. Oh, I took my cue from you, honey. Yeah, thank you, Jill. You're welcome, Deb. Okay, have a great day, everybody that's, like just getting their day started. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye, everybody.